A member of Parliament's Education Committee is blaming the capping of GET Fund and the failure of the Finance Ministry to release allocated funds to the Education Ministry for the massive infrastructural deficit in the colleges of education across the country. A special report by JoyNews and the Teacher Education Journal uncovered widespread abandoned infrastructural projects in the colleges. Michael Ashali has more in this report.
On the campus of Bagabaga College of Education is a 400-bed capacity girls' dormitory that has been abandoned for more than a decade. The school, previously for lack of accommodation for ladies, were forced to house them in a nearby senior high school. Dean of Student Affairs, Florence Kazi, explains why.
It got to a point our female hostel was sinking, and then we had to move our female students to Tamale Senior High, which was the closest. We took their new building and hosted our students there. So government came in as an intervention to give us this project so that we can bring our female students back and then add more to it. But as at now, this project is over 10 years. We are not seeing the headway. We have done all that we could to see whether this project could be completed, but we are not getting it. And it is affecting us in so many ways.
Sod was cut in 2009, but the contractor later abandoned the project for lack of funds after executing 60%. Since then, weeds have colonized the area. Like most colleges of education, inadequate infrastructure has compelled many of them to run a shift system to accommodate the numbers. For the 2022-2023 academic year, Bagabaga College is considering significantly cutting down on female enrollment. Here is Vice Principal of the school, Emmanuel Al-Hassan.
Actually, the project was supposed to have been completed in 2012, and that would have boosted the enrollment of females in the college. But because of this situation, we are forced to limit the number of ladies that we can admit. And this is something that we have strived to solve, but it is not something that is easy. So the college has tried to at least bring the ratio of male-female enrollment into the college to have 1:1 or 50:50. But because of the abandoning, or because this project has not been completed, we have no way of improving or increasing the number of females that will be enrolled into the college. It's a worry to us, and we have gone every length and breadth to see how the contractor could come back to site. All certificates that he has prepared and submitted to get fund for payment, I think they have been honored, but we are not seeing any progress of work on it. As we speak, some of the materials that were used here, like the cables, because they have abandoned it, second owners, or if I call them thieves, have come to pull them out. And obviously is going to increase the cost of the project if he comes back anytime.
The abandoned project has now become a den of miscreants, with many on campus afraid for their lives.
The place has become a den for, miscreants. We smokers invade the place, and you can see a lot of things that some of these miscreants have dropped. If you go into some of the rooms, you can see condoms and other things, wrappers of tramadol, and then matches and other things which they have used to enjoy themselves. And these are all signs that, and occasionally we come to see people sitting there and actually engage in other things that are not appropriate.
The Bagabaga College of Education is not the only school struggling to keep up with demands for accommodation. JoyNews' check shows that most colleges of education are dotted with uncompleted projects. In the Akokre College of Education, Student Affairs Officer Father Angelo Elijah Opoku says the school was forced to convert a science lab into a hostel for females. Meanwhile, works on the hostel facility has stalled since 2016.
It was supposed to be handed over in October 2018. Yes, and from the contractor, he was supposed to hand over the keys to us in October 2018. But as we speak now, it's still ongoing, and we are still praying that it's completed for us to have it. For every year, we have a number of students applying for admission. And for the fact that we don't have enough accommodation, we're unable to take as many as we can. So particularly for our female students, because we don't have enough accommodation for them, we have been forced to convert one of our science labs into a female hostel. And if this project was completed, that wouldn't have been. Let's check our admission records. For instance, last year we had about 5,183 students applying, and we were able to take only 490. So if this place was completed, at least we could have admitted more than what we took last year. So we are sending a passionate appeal to the government, to the powers be, that they should come down to Macedonia and help us. At least if this building is completed, we can admit more students, and then students who applied and were unable to get admission would also have the peace of mind and then be admitted into this college.
At Dambai College of Education, two major infrastructure remain abandoned. At Inja College of Education, some of the uncompleted structures have begun to deteriorate, with some developing cracks. Meanwhile, staff of Enchi College of Education have to compete with students for limited accommodation.
Because when this one is completed, it can only accommodate 2 staff. The entire system needs well-established staff bungalows to make academic work comfortable for teachers. Because as I speak now, teachers are pairing bungalows, which ought to be housing only one person. So we have a bungalow made up of a hall, 2 single rooms. So we are forced to pair within 2. So if you give me 2 single rooms with my family, and you are fortunate and you are given 1 single room, then you will also be there with your entire family. So you have an adult child around 10, 20 years, who is an adolescent. Yeah, your privacy is at stake at that point. At this level, how can tutors like our calibers be pairing or be competing with accommodation facilities? So I would pray that they should revisit us, then try to provide enough accommodation for the staff.
The Fosso College of Education has also not been spared. Vice Principal of the college, Sylvester Donko, is unhappy a 500-capacity female hostel has stalled for years, forcing the school to cut enrollment for females.
As you can see, this is a stalled project. The project started in 2017. It's supposed to be a female residential facility that can host, that can accommodate up to 500 students. It started somewhere in 2017, but by 2019 it has stalled. And since then, we've not seen any progress, any work going on. If the work had completed, we were thinking that we're going to increase the female enrollment, so that in the college we will have 50 males, and then at least 50% males and 50% females. But as you can see, that is not possible, simply because this project hasn't gone on. At the moment, we have 30% to 70 male-female ratio. And I think that if this project is completed, it's going to help us a lot in increasing the female enrollment.
At St. Joseph College of Education, female students in particular are unhappy a 2-story building block has been left uncompleted.
These days, due to gender issues, the female are more than the male, and the female dormitory is very small. And due to this uncompleted building, we are having a lot of issues because we don't have a lot of beds in the small dormitories, and it's causing a lot of problems for us.
People who are not part of the JOSCO community, they can come and then settle in these uncompleted buildings. They can harm us at night. Moreover, people come here to do all sorts of things that are not allowed in the school. So when the government helps us in completing this building, we are sure of our safety, and then also the ladies in the dormitory can be free and have lots of space in their rooms.
For many of these schools, their wish is for government to complete some of these projects to aid in the smooth running of the school. For many of them, enrollment will increase significantly if these projects are completed in time. For Joy News, Michael Ashali.